Good day, everyone. We are the Group 3 and welcome to Chapter 4 Exercise Prescription. So, before we start on our main discussion, let me read first our object. At the end of this chapter, the students are expected to explain the importance of the following the recommended exercise. 2. Apply the phase of an exercise program appropriately when creating an exercise workout. 3. Determine the cardiorespiratory training zone as a basis for future exercise plans. And 4. Demonstrates proper execution the basic flexibility exercises.
Regular physical activity is one of the most important things you can do for your health. Being physically active can improve your brain health, help manage weight, reduce the risk of diseases, strengthen bones and muscles, and improve your ability to do everyday activities. It also means having the energy and strength to feel good as possible. Getting more fit, even a little bit, can improve your health. You don't have to be an athlete to be fit. A brisk half-hour walk every day can help you reach a good level of fitness. And if it is hard for you, you can work toward a level of fitness that helps you feel better and have more energy. Just
Kinds of physical activities and their effect on fitness physical. So the first one is aerobic activities is any type of cardiovascular conditioning or cardio aerobic exercises. So mo ni siyang exercise nga naga-required og oxygen. The second one is muscle strengthening activities. Gina-improve niya ang ato ang muscular strength o ang ato ang muscular endurance. The third one is stretching activities. Gina-enhance niya ang ato ang flexibility. Diba before magita mag-conduct og activity or exercise, need yun na to mag-stretching para kondisyon ang ato ang lawas. The fourth one is neuromuscular activities. Diri kay gina-develop niya ang ato ang balance agility o ang ato ang proprioception.
For my example, tanang marami to siya naka-separate na yung mga works ay mga physical activities na buhaton like for example Zumba. Sa Zumba buhaton yung mga Zumba 3 sa frequency 3 to 5 days, tapos ang duration or time limit 20 to 30 minutes, tapos ang intensity 50 to 85% na mag-lose imong weight, tapos ang progression na increasing frequency, duration, and intensity. Tapos isa pa, warm up or cool down. Ang frequency niya na before magitna pag after sa physical activity na mong buhaton or like sa mga basketball, volleyball, sports. Tapos ang duration or ang time limit na i-perform ni mong warm up or cool down is 5 to 10 minutes. Tapos ang iyang effect sa imong lawas kay na 30 to 45%. Tapos ang progression niya is low intensity, large muscle or group activity. That's all. Thank you.
The three phases of exercise program are: first is warm up, second is workout or conditioning phases, and lastly is cool down. First is warm up. Kailangan nato ihanda ang atong sarili para sa atong physical activities nga buhaton. Dili lang atong sarili kundi ang atong panghunahuna. Diri sa warm up, naga-increase atong heart rate, naga-circulate atong dugo sa atong lawas, and naga-strengthen ang atong muscles. And second is workout or conditioning phases. From the word conditioning, kailangan nato i-condition natong sarili bago nato buhaton ng physical activities. Kailangan jud nato sakto tagtulog, nakakaunta para iwas ta makulaps during sa physical activities. And lastly is cool down. Kailangan nato ipahuway atong sarili pagkahuman sa atong physical activities nga buhaton.
Is the principle of overload. The most basic of all physical activity principles is that doing more than normal could result in improved physical fitness or other health benefits. For example, to become flexible, a muscle must be stretched beyond its normal range. And in the word more than normal, it states that an exercise must be more challenging over the course of a training program in order to continue to produce result. And why is overload important? Because kung hindi mo i-overload yung body mo sa pag-exercise, hindi mo makikita kung nag-gain ka na ba ng muscle strength, endurance, and size or aerobic fitness. And also, what is the purpose of overload training? It allows you your musculoskeletal system to get stronger. And the second principle is the principle of progression. The principle recommends working gradually rather than in big bursts of activity. It implies that this should be done at various intensities ranging from basic to intermediate to advanced. And as your body adapt your exercise routine, You have to increase the intensity to continue to see enhanced fitness. And in the word progression or progress is pagpapatuloy or to be continued. And to adapt your fitness routine is you have to challenge yourself to keep seeing the progress. And the third principle is the principle of specificity. To build particular body parts of fitness components and achieve the optimum result, a specific training plan should be carried out. To strengthen your core, you can consider completing exercise like the plank, the dead bug series, the bird dog, and others. Another example, if you want to improve your cardiorespiratory fitness, it is strongly recommended that you engage in cardio exercise like jogging, cycling, aerobic dance, and similar ones. And it states that the way the body responds to physical activity is very specific to the activity itself. And why is it important? Because it allows you to have a program designed around gains and goals that is efficient, focused, and effective.
Principle of reversibility guys, kung ang benefit sa overload, kung masubraan pugag overload og training or maghimo og mga activity, kay magresulta po siya sa mga inactive like sobrang ma-damage imong lawas, ma-over fatigue, mo na siya ang meaning sa reversibility, na kung unsa ka imong ginabuhat nga overload training or work hard ug masubraan, magresulta sa mga sakit sa lawas. And sa principle and rest and recovery set kay mo ni siya ang kailangan pud sa atong lawas, na gikanta sa mga hard training or gikanta sa mga activity nga kapoy kayo, kailangan jud nato og rest o recovery para sa atong lawas, kay ang atong lawas ba ang atong puhunan sa atong boy, nga kailangan po nato tagaan og time mag-rest atong lawas, maka-recover para sa sunod na pud activity na po tayo energy para makabuhat og mga nato. Principle of individuality naman kay muna siya ang guideline or reminders na kung mag-iyak ka sa mga exercise and training, kay like ma-difference yung kung unsa ka dati, kung ba ma-engage ka sa exercise or training, kung unsa ka dati kay sigarilyo ka, na-engage ka sa mga bad habits. So pag ma-engage ka sa exercise and training, like more on ma-develop na mo imong healthy lifestyle.
Mode are physical activities, workouts, or exercises with which people engage. Yoga, swimming, dancing, walking, jogging, and running are a few examples of aerobic exercise. Mode is what type of exercise imong i-perform. Next is frequency. Frequency pertains to the number of days a person engaged in a physical activity or exercise program in a week. So, frequency is kung gaano ka kadalas ga-exercise or kung pila ka days in a week ka ga-exercise. Next is the intensity. Intensity refers to the required exertion and an intense physical activity to be performed or work against a load greater than normal. So, the intensity is the effort that you put into your exercise. It refers to how much energy is expended when exercising or how hard or difficult ang imong gina-perform nga exercise. Next is the time and duration. This is the time it takes to complete an activity session. So the time you spend exercising or how long you perform the exercise.
Flexibility exercise are activities that improve the ability of joint to maintain the movement necessary, carrying out daily tasks and physical activity. Example of flexibility activities include stretching and yoga. Flexibility is important to decrease of risk of injuries, help our joints move through their full range of motion. Range of motion means that extent for a limit to which part of the body can move around a joint or a fixed point.
So, the different factor affecting flexibility. Sedentary lifestyle is the biggest factor na ma-decrease sa atong pagiging flexible. We all know that less physical activity can cause tendons and ligaments to shorten and stiffen. So, kari nga lifestyle, makakos pod siya sa atong mga muscles to lose their flexibility. Oedipus tissue, ang hindi pagiging flexible, maka-affect po siya sa aton by the quantity of oedipus. around muscles and joints. So, did you know what is Oedipus? Oedipus is fat, wherein kani nga Oedipus makadala sa aton sa pagiging dili flexible. Joint structure. Joint structure can hold the skeleton to give structure and allow muscles to move para makaperform task like running and so on. So, muscular elasticity and genetic. Each person level of muscular elasticity varies in heredity. So, the tendency to be more flexible or less flexible is often heredity feature. Like for example, sa akong parents is flexible sila, so mamanan ako to sila. Depende daw ni sa imong genes, kung flexible ba imong genes or dili.
Body temperature. Flexibility can also increase or decrease as a result of changes in muscle temperature. So flexibility is improved by stretching. Stretching should only be started when muscles are warm and the body temperature is raised. So to raise the body temperature, a warm-up should include exercises that slowly increase the heart rate to circulate the blood around the body. Next is age. Up until puberty, when increased bone development often overrides changes in soft tissue, children typically retain a high level of flexibility. So as our body gets older, many variables affect the loss of normal joint flexibility, including injury, inactive, or lack of stretching. But we have the ability to slow some of these changes in our body. We can start yoga training or proper stretching. Next is sex. Females often possess more flexibility than males do, and they are more likely to possess this advantage throughout their lives. So, females are more naturally flexible than men. Mapansin bitaw nato nga halos mga babae makasplit or makaliad, while sa mga lalaki gamay lang sila ang makabuhat og ingon anak. It is because a woman's body has wider and larger hips, making her accessible to movements and doing splits. So this is why it is easier for women to perform yoga compared to men. So how to develop muscular flexibility? Although genetics have significant impact on how flexible the body is, a daily stretching routine may help to develop and maintain the range of joint mobility. So flexibility can be improved by properly applying a variety of stretching techniques. So natay duha ka two types of stretching techniques. First is the dynamic stretching and the static stretching. Static stretching involves reaching forward to a point of tension and holding the stretch. For example, toe touch, shoulder stretch, knee touch. The stretch should be held for 15 to 16 seconds. So in dynamic stretching naman, it consists of functional-based exercises which use sport-specific movement. Dynamic stretching can be slightly dangerous if performed too vigorously.
So we have here 4 different types of stretching exercises. We have static stretching, dynamic stretching, ballistic stretching, and controlled ballistic stretching. So first, we have the static stretching. The static stretching, also known as slow sustained stretching, muscles are progressively extended across a full range of motion of a joint while the ultimate position is kept for a brief period of time. So, static stretching means placing a certain muscle or muscle groups in a position where it can be extended for a certain amount of time. So, one of the example is that when you do some upper back stretch, shoulder stretch, or hamstring stretch. So, dili lang ni siya para ma-improve ang inyuhang flexibility o range of motion, but it can also help your muscles para ma-recover siya dayon after workout para ma-less ang pain or any stiffness. So, the second one is we have the dynamic stretching. So, in dynamic stretching, the range of motion around a joint or groups of joint is increased by using speed, momentum, and active muscular effort. So, in dynamic stretching, it includes movement. So, it is an excellent way to warm up before exercising. So, one of the example is that the hip circle, the lunge with a twist, and arm circle. So, this dynamic stretching control movements that prepare your muscle and other soft tissue for performance and safety.
Ang ballistic stretching ay ito yung paggalaw ng ating katawan na may force sa motion. This is a stretching or warming up by bouncing into strength position. Like, for example, mani siya ang picture niya, mani siya ang example sa ballistic stretching. And then, controlled ballistic stretching. And ang controlled ballistic stretching naman, ito yung kailangan mo munang i-develop yung pagiging flexibility mo para magamit mo yung exercises na controlled ballistic stretching na ginagamitan ng mabagal na galaw, moderate, at pag-control sa katawan mo or yung motion.
Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. So, it is a stretching technique utilized to improve muscle elasticity. So, this stretching is based on a contract and relax method. Then, kailangan sab na to siyang partner para ma-perform ang exercise.
Contraindicated exercise. Morning exercise na safe man siya gamiton, safe siya buhaton. Pero sometimes napod ni siya dangerous. Like mga risk na mga exercise like kanang mga half split mga nga. Then kanang pull up mga nga na kay napod siya makapektuhan like sa imong backbone. Flexibility exercise. Mo na siya kaning maguna kag warm up, then mga stretching like example kanang same sa yoga. Mo na siya ang sa flexibility exercise. Dagan sa example pero wala ko kabalo sa iban, so mo lang to.
So here are the some of exercises that may potentially harm you in the long run, and the safer exercise you may not opt to perform. So the first one is the hurdler stretch. So this is the wrong way exercise to perform because it can result to excessive strain on bent knee. And then the correct way or the correct thing to do before you perform the long run is to have a sit and reach stretch. So this is when you place your knees together on the ground and gradually extend your arms as forward as you can. So hold the position for a little while with the legs apart, and you may still complete this exercise while extending the arms out to the sides and in the middle. So this is the right way exercise you may perform before you go with the long run. So because na-adjure possibility no na ay tendency na mabikugan ka if you are not do before no, kung dili nimo siya himuon jud nga correct o dili po nimo maanuhan kay for us we know na di ba before performing those activities na like sa long run, so ano jud siya kanang kapoy jud siya, so kailangan nga i-bend jud ang imuhang knee into correct one. Dili na siya kanang magpataka kag exercise nga lahion nimo ang exercise, lahion nimo ang procedure or lahion nimo ang technique sa paghimo nimo exercise kay dili jud siya pwede dira.
The hero. This exercise causes the knee to hyperflex, similar to the shin and squat stretch. The knee's hyperflexion is also subjected to torque. These factors cause the ligaments and joints capsule to be strained, which may lead to a cartilage injury since the shin muscles are frequently extended and weak. It is generally not essential to stretch them. If you do, however, apply the shin stretch. Replace your hip and thigh stretch if the quadriceps are the target muscle group for the exercise. And the hero workout is designed to give you total control of your body by targeting every major muscle group, fascia, tendons, and ligaments, and activating the body kinetic change. This result in a workout that will test your ability to recover and use your muscles from one exercise to the next, one set to another. And rather than sitting on your feet, sit between them with the tops of your feet on the floor and your knees together. Chin stretch. Kneel on your knees, pivot to the right, and press down with your right hand on your right ankle. This is a safer alternative exercise. Hold to prevent hyperflexing the knees. Keep the hips push forward and avoid sitting on your heels. And do a repeat on the left side. That is alternative exercise, shin stretch.
Those for stretching exercises. First, you need to warm up your muscles before attempting any strength, no? Okay. Iwas pamaol, iwas bigla sa tuwang muscle sa tuwang joints, di ba? Then, the second is, if you have osteoporosis or arthritis, do stretching carefully. Kaya kabalog kita nga, once na kaya nga nga sakit, di na siya mawala. So, ikaw kabalo kasi mo sa willing, nga kaya nga na. So, you need to stretch carefully. Then the third is, if you are a newbie, stick to static or PNF stretching rather than ballistic stretching. So, ang PNF stretching magod is mga atong common nga ginahimo gud tong stretching sa mga athlete, stretching sa mga dancers, no. Then ang ballistic stretching is mga stretching nga para sa mga ballet member. Mga tong stretching nga stretch go, di ba? So ikaw nga newbie ka, mas prefer mo ang katong PNF stretching, no, kay para dili ka nang stretching nga binat. So mas prefer to mo ang PNF stretching. Then the fourth statement, stretching weaker or recently injured muscles require caution, no? Kung ikaw injured person ka, then nag-healed na ang imong injury, then mag-attempt ka og no. So kung nakay injured, no, then mag-attempt ka og stretching, you know. So hinay-hinay lang jud kay para dili malisa or mabikti lang imong injured nga joint. So yung ikalima, do use extreme caution while providing passive help to a partner. Move gently and seek feedback. So while doing stretching, you need to move gently lang dyan kay para dili pinala kang mga stretching din.
Ang muscular fitness it means na kung unsa ka physically fit sa imong lawas. For example, nakita na ba mo tao nga dako og lawas, dako og muscle, na abs, na shoulders, o kanang hilig mag-workout? Mo na sila ang example sa mga physically fit nga tao. And ang example sa mga exercise sa muscular fitness kay lifting weights, training with resistance band. And ang benefits pod sa muscular fitness kay to your bones stronger and flexible, and mausad ni siya ang makareduce para malayo ta sa mga arthritis, sa mga sakit sa bukog,